methods, you are going to determine the ultimate bearing capacity. But the pile load test and the penetration test, by using these two methods are field methods, where you are going to determine the ultimate load bearing capacity by using the in the field itself. Okay, in the field itself, you are going to determine the ultimate bearing capacity. So see, this is the arrangement of the pile load test as we did in the previous unit, the plate load test, right? It is almost similar to that. Okay, so did previous unit the plate load test in the same way. So in the tension, okay, in the place of plate load test, they'll write the pile load test. So they'll lose the marks. So in the question paper also, exam or maybe the internal, if you are writing any tests, please read twice or once or twice, so that which type of test it is. Because plate pile, almost PP it will start, so they'll get confused. In the urgent, they'll going to get confused. So don't get confused. Once again, I'm telling you. Okay. So in the pilot, I'm going to explain the diagram how it will be. Okay. So you will be having a test pit. Okay, as it is the previous unit, as a plate load test. In the same way, you will be having the uh, a test hole. In that, you will going to insert the pile. So there you will be having a soil which is digged. There will be a hole there, but here you will be having a pile. Okay, you will be inserting a pile into it, because as we are testing the ultimate bearing capacity of the pile, there we are testing the ultimate bearing capacity of the soil. So you will be having the hole there, but here you will be inserting a pile into the soil, because we are testing the ultimate bearing capacity of the pile. Okay, so above the pile we are placing the test plate. Okay, above the pile we are placing the test plate. There in the previous that is plate load test, you will place the pile the test plate on the test pit, but here we will be placing the test plate on the pile. Okay, on the pile you will be placing the plate, that is testing plate. After that, after the testing plate, you will be you will get dial gauges to check how much of load it is coming on it. And here the loading, here another one is there, that is distance piece, a pillar like thing it will be having to support the loading. Okay, and to support here, what happens there, in the plate load test you will be using two types of things to apply the load. One is gravity loading, another one is jack loading. So here in the pile load test, you will be applying reaction truss by using the jack method. Okay, by using a jack, you by and the trusses, and by using the trusses, you will be applying the load onto the pile, and also by using the gravity loading. Gravity loading you can apply on both plate load test and also in the pile load test. Okay, so by using both the methods, you will be applying the load, and to support the trusses, you will be having a anchor piles. Okay, for supporting the trusses and to take the loads, you will be having the anchor piles. Okay, these we call it as a anchor piles, reaction trusses, dial gauges, jack to apply the load, and then test pile. Upon the test pile, you will be doing the test. Okay, so here how you are going to apply? You will be going to apply in two methods. This point is one of the important point. So you will be applying on based on two methods. One is by using the reaction truss method, and another one is you are giving to load. You are giving the load on the pile by using two methods. One is reaction truss method, and another one is the gravity loading. Okay, you are going to give, or you're going to apply the load onto your pile, onto the pile by using two methods. One is reaction truss method, and another one is gravity loading. Okay, by using these two methods, you will going to apply the load and you're going to calculate the ultimate bearing capacity of the pile. And what are the different parts? One is jack and another one is a beam. You can also call it as a supporting beam, dial gauges, and then the anchor pile. Here, by using the trusses, you will be having a support and a anchor piles, and also soil anchors you will be having for supporting the trusses. Okay, there in the gravity loading, you will be having a cross grids. Okay, you will be having a cross grids and the sandbags. By using the sandbags, you will be applying the gravity loading. Here in the reaction truss method, you will use the trusses to apply the loading. Okay, so how it will going to work, that I will going to tell you in the next class. Okay, in the next class, we will see how this pile load test will going to work out. Okay, got it guys? What are the different parts of pile load test?
Yes, ma'am.
And in the examination, writing the diagram is also one of the important thing. Okay, any one of the diagram you have to write. If you won't write the diagram, you will lose the marks. For the diagram only, they will be keeping it for almost 3 to 4 marks for the diagram itself. Okay, rather than the explanation. For explanation, they may keep 4 to 5 marks. If you write the diagram, it will be add on to you. That is almost 3 to 4 marks they will be keeping it for the diagram itself, because the diagram, it is somewhat bigger diagram, so they will going to keep you more marks for the diagram. So in the examination, any one of the diagram you have to write in the pile load test and also in the plate load test. In both the tests, you have to write the diagram. Okay, got it guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay then. Thank you guys. So after closing the class, I'll send you the notes of that problems, the first unit problems, whichever I left, I'm going to send you. Okay. Okay guys, thank you so much. Thanks for attending.